You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. Honestly.
The pod.
Can we just start the pod? Sorry, everyone. Can we just start it, please?
Can we just start the pod?
Sorry, we're doing a podcast.
Could you start the pod?
Oh, for God's sake, start the pod.
I've already been through a lot. I was born 11 pounds. I was a very large child.
Disgusting.
I know.
That's rank. Sorry.
It is really gross. Merlin, how heavy were you when you were born? Do you know?
How
No.
do men not know this?
I do.
Well, yeah, you know, because you were 11 pounds. You probably remember it. You were like
so
5 years old.
So you've come across one man who doesn't know how heavy he was when he was born.
Do you know how much you weigh?
I weighed 8 pounds.
I'm asking my mum how much I weighed.
Oh, did you not know?
I think I was 7. That's
Interesting.
In my head.
A trim 7.
A trim set.
13. Is that?
13's hideous. 13 is
13
like... 13 will... What
Is
is
that
the
not-
record for the biggest baby? Because I feel like 13 has to be pushing it.
I think I've
11
seen them on...
is horrifying.
Okay, right. I'm willing to accept I was a large baby. I am not willing to accept that I was a record-breakingly large baby.
I think you might have been. It's the fact that you dropped it like it was the most normal. 22 pounds!
That's massive. That's a stone and what?
The boy was
Christ.
born on January 18th, 1879, and only.
How were they
survived-
weighing him back then?
Only survived 11 hours.
Oh no. Oh.
Named just babe.
God.
Well.
It had the appearance of a perfect 6-month-old.
Oh. Sorry.
Imagine if you gave birth to like a fully grown man wearing a suit.
I mean, you don't need to imagine. Your mum has been through that.
I was actually in a mesh top.
Ready to go.
Yeah, I was not doing
Ready
that
to
kind
go.
of business. I'm about to sell you some crypto and some poppers.
Leather jacket.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Now.
Would it? I feel like it would cause friction.
Yeah, leather's gonna.
I'm just going to say to you, and when you're editing this, this is all staying in. I know we've been keep it in. Keep it in. Bloody start.
And your 11-pound baby, though.
No, you got to get the 11-pound baby out. Before the show, we were talking about babies and how heavy they are, and apparently I was a massive baby.
But what we were talking about was birth in general, and then Sam
Yeah.
just casually dropped that he was 11 pounds, which is 3 pounds off a stone.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Can I just remind you?
Did you walk out?
Sorry, can I just remind you? You are fat shaming a child.
Yeah. I don't care about that. I'm sorry. I don't. Once you get a bit older, maybe I'll give a shit. 11-pound baby's crazy.
I was 6.5
But-
pounds.
Look.
6.5 pounds.
Skinny.
Perfectly better.
I wish I was still 6.5 pounds.
If we were all born in the same hospital, I feel like I'd have been crying.
If we were born in the same hospital, all of the nurses and midwives would have been in your room, and then our mothers would have just white knuckle it on their own. Because, I'm sorry, everyone's dealing with the gigantic baby.
Get an extra bed.
But also, you want your child to cry when it's born, so we would all be crying.
Yeah, that's true. Famously,
Okay.
babies cry.
I'm sorry. I'm a big, dumb, fat baby who has a podcast now. So look at me now.
Big fat dumb baby should do his
Big
part.
fat dumb baby with a podcast. Hello, everybody. I'm fine. And welcome to another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Well, my guest today, who's already very much let themselves be known to the room, is Priya Hall. Hiya.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And how much did you weigh when you were born? 8
I was
pounds?
8 pounds.
Oh my God, you
on
can
the
really
dot.
tell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good for
I'm
you.
working hard to keep it up.
Not every guest gets this as part of their introduction. You have a rare honour and privilege that
Oh, God.
only you and I share. We are both on my mother-in-law's fridge.
Why am I on your mother-in-law's
Because
fridge? Why?
we came to
Why is
your,
anyone on your mother-in-law's fridge?
fringe show in 2023, which was
Yes.
last year.
Which
if
was
you're
all about
playing the home
babies.
game. All about babies. And you had a little badge.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a badge somewhere at home as well. I think it's in my wardrobe. And my mother-in-law put your badge on the fridge.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
How kind of her.
Isn't it? It's just me and you. I
And-
might not even be there anymore, actually.
What iteration of you was on your mother-in-law's fridge? Like a photo
The show that I was doing
a
that year, because we were
badge
in the same room, weren't we?
We were.
So she had a flyer of my she had my poster.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
How sweet.
So there you go.
Well,
There's Edinburgh Comedy Awards.
who needs them?
Britain's fattest
Sam's mother-in-law's
baby.
fridge.
Too late. So there you go.
That's
I hope that's
so
made you feel
sweet.
special.
I don't even have one of those badges, so good for her.
Did you just get let them all go?
I think I lost all of them.
Because I had badges for my first show and I don't think I have anymore.
No, they were almost immediately. The minute Fringe ended, I threw them into the wind. Where are they?
Into the wind.
Into the wind.
Into the wind.
Goodbye.
The wet winds of Wales.
Goodbye. The wet winds. I hated that.
Did you like how do you feel about merch with a Fringe show? Because lots of people do merch, don't they?
Yeah, I'm pro merch.
Pro merch.
I love having things.
I
So if
love
I can
it.
go to someone's show and get a thing,
A little trinket.
a little trinket, a little
Trinkets are fun.
keepsake.
I think I've really got to make sure next Fringe I do a show that has a good merch opportunity.
What kind of merch are you thinking?
I was going to do a show all about like Nivea and just give everyone like fistfuls of cream.
Oh, not in a container.
No, loose
just like
cream. It's
hoofing it
cheaper
at
if you buy it
them.
wholesale and you just
Yeah.
buy it in a sort of like a bag.
Big old bucket of Nivea.
Yeah, and I'll stand there with 2 buckets.
The
One's
blue one that's like concrete?
Yeah. And like one's for money, one's for the little bit of money in the bucket, and then the other's for your cream. Don't get them mixed up.
Don't, because you'll be scrabbling around.
I can't buy a pie with a creamy tenner.
You
I just
simply
can't.
cannot. And you can't also be chasing pound coins covered in Nivea cream down the streets of
No,
Edinburgh.
because then as soon as you catch up to it, you pick it up. Oh, it slipped out your hand again.
Gone in the wind.
And I myself am head to toe covered in cream.
Actually,
Covered
you
in
can slide
cream.
down. You can sort of beat the pound to it.
Yeah, I really could. Oh, do you know what would have been useful if I was covered in Nivea cream? When I was an 11-pound baby.
Have you seen a baby that's just been born? It looks like they're covered in Nivea cream.
Does it really?
It's gnarly.
I don't think it.
Why are they covered in white stuff?
Actual white
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I was expecting but can I just say, there's a clip of I think it's Kourtney Kardashian.
Go on. Yes, I've seen this.
And she delivers her own
Grabs-
baby.
She did it with all of them.
That's,
So there's one
that's
clip
not,
that everyone sees, but she's done it with all of them, and they filmed like pretty much all of them,
Well, of course they
except for the
filmed
latest
it.
one, maybe, or they probably filmed that.
I don't. But that was like I googled if she was a Scientologist because I thought that was a Scientology thing, maybe, or like a Mormon thing or something like that.
I don't think Mormons are grabbing the baby. I think Mormons are being
What?
like knocked out. They wake up, the baby's there,
Yeah.
dressed, ready to go,
Act like nothing happened.
straight on TikTok.
Well, because I have been starting to watch that Secret Lives of Mormon
Love.
Wives.
Yeah,
We're only a couple of episodes in. Oh my God, they're so unlikable, all of them.
They are. But
They're
also,
very
I watch all
unlikable.
of their TikToks. Have you seen?
I
have you
haven't seen any of
the
their
TikTok?
TikToks yet. I haven't seen any of them. But it's so fascinating that they say like, oh, we're here to like sort of like, fight against the patriarchy that's involved in Mormonism by sort of like making this thing that's just for the mums. And then at the same time, when they have like the blessing of the baby, and only the men are allowed to bless the baby because women are not allowed to be priests and they can't give blessings.
Yeah,
and the
horrific.
women just have to sit there and watch and,
hang
like,
out.
and that's that. And I was kind of like, okay, I think there's some bigger players in the patriarchy that you need to get rid of.
I think you're leaving quite a bit out when
Yeah.
you're when you're going through your manifesto gals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, why are they putting cream in soda?
Crazy.
Mad.
But have you seen the ketamine bit? I'll
I'm
leave that
sorry?
for you. I'm so sorry. That was. Keep watching.
The ketamine bit.
It's keep watching.
We were in two minds about carrying on with the show
must.
because we were like, they're so obviously there for clout, and like, it is wild how it starts. So when it starts like 11 months before you sort of properly catch up with them,
Yeah.
and then so much changes, and you're like, what?
I have watched it entirely through TikTok clips. I will say that.
Oh, okay.
So none of it has been in order.
Not on Disney Plus.
No. I started
Other
watching it on
streamers
Disney
are
Plus, but
available.
I have no attention span anymore. So I've not watched it chronologically, but I have watched it all.
That is how I watch films.
Yeah.
I don't.
part one,
Yeah,
part eight, part 14.
8, and then one where it says part, but then the number is in Chinese numerals.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't know what it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is genuinely. It genuinely is. Great. What are we supposed to be talking about? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was getting into reality TV too much again. Let's talk about a little beverage.
Beverage.
Your little beverage. Hot chocolate.
Love hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. It's really hard for me to not... When I say hot chocolate or chocolate, and I think this might be because I got this from Little Britain, which is bad.
Oh, no.
I always say hot chunkland. Because there was this Marjorie Dawes, the fat fighters lady.
Right.
Maybe when I was born, I could have done with going to see her for a couple of sessions. She would write up on the board, like there was a sketch where she was like writing up all of the things
She's the one
of
that does the
dangerous
dust.
foods. Dust.
Yeah.
Okay. And somebody says chocolate. And she goes, oh, chocolate. And then she doesn't know how to spell it. So she writes chunklet.
Right.
So I just, see, that is good. That's just like
more of that.
Harmless fun. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody's in blackface. It's just a little bit. You're just saying a word silly.
Yeah.
Chunklet.
More of that and less of the inappropriate sexual behavior.
Yeah.
Keep that in.
But so I always call them a hot chunkland. That's just a little fun fact about me.
I love that for you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
What do you enjoy about a hot chocolate? Do you like any other hot beverages?
I love almost all hot beverages.
All of them.
If it's hot, I'll have it.
All right.
That's what they say.
That is what they say.
That is what they say.
Yeah.
I love a hot chocolate. I remember the first time I had a hot chocolate and my grandfather said to me, I was like 4, do you want a hot chocolate? And I obviously, as a 4-year-old, was like, that's going to be a warm chocolate bar. Sounds amazing. And he brought me a hot chocolate and I was so fucked up.
Oh, you thought it might be like a Snickers in the microwave or something.
Exactly. But I've warmed to them. But I was very pissed off at first.
Because it wasn't what you were expecting.
Yeah, and also it doesn't really taste like chocolate when you're full.
That is the thing with like foods or drinks that you're trying, and you in your head you create an idea of what it's going to be like, and then when it's not that, even if it's good, you go, I'm disappointed.
It's not a hot chocolate.
I'm disappointed. Nutella Be Ready bars. You know,
what about them? Yeah.
I thought they were going to be so good. That wafer is so dry. I don't care. There's Nutella in the middle.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Have you considered
right.
putting one in the microwave though? I bet that would be banging.
And
you'd get a hot chocolate.
I don't know if that's safe.
What do you mean? It's not going to explode.
Is it not? You a scientist?
I don't know nothing.
Apparently that's what bodybuilders, I call the proteiny people.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They get like the cheap sort of flapjacky protein bars and they put them in the microwave, and apparently that makes them amazing.
But is in like tastes amazing or is better for protein?
I think improves the eating of it.
Don't they also drink breast milk?
That's a new one.
That was a thing for a little while. That like,
is there a lot of protein in breast milk?
I don't know why they'd be drinking it, but this is what I heard on the grapevine. Was that people were selling their breast milk to bodybuilders because there's lots of good stuff in it, but like for a baby, not for a bodybuilder. I imagine £11 Sam was absolutely mad for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if my mum was doing creatine the whole time she was carrying me. That's wild.
Yeah.
Just, that's just whole milk in your hot chocolate.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, not fresh from the tea. I'm sorry.
I
hope it's still okay. Now, how do you... Oh, no, please, have a sip. You have a sip. Are you particularly... Do you have any, like, I guess, like, tasting preferences when you're having a hot chocolate? Like, because sometimes you can get ones... if you're making one at home, you got your Cadbury powder, you got your Galaxy powder. Yeah. Some of them you mix with water, some of them you're supposed to mix with milk. Yeah. When you're in a hotel, you get them in the little sachets.
You do.
And then those ones are always just water and they're always claggy.
Yeah, they
clumpy.
are. Except for the Galaxy ones. They're pretty banging. They're pretty good.
Or an Options. Do you remember Options?
Oh, I remember Options.
Options.
Were the Options like the Slimming World equivalent to hot chocolate? Because...
Oh, I don't remember,
if I recall,
actually.
My mum was obsessed with them, but she was forever doing Weight Watchers, so I think there was loads of them around the house.
My mum did...
like the mint one all the time.
Oh, the mint one.
Banging.
My mum would do either Weight Watchers or Slim as well, whichever one had Sins.
Yeah. My mum does that now.
Yes, yeah.
Unhinged.
Well, I guess I mean, like, if you're having a hot chocolate, do you like big old chocolatey experience?
I do.
You want...
I do. I want as close to a hot chocolate bar as I can possibly get.
I understand.
So if it's like, if they use like chocolate chips and they just melt them with some milk, obviously not just melt them.
You got to melt
hand
it in
you.
something, yeah.
Sure. That's delicious. That's the best one.
Have you, and I think I've mentioned this on the pod before, have you ever indulged in the Hotel Chocolat Velvetizer?
Yes.
Do you have one?
I don't have one because that would be a dangerous slope for me to go down.
Oh.
My sugar levels would be insane. But I have at a friend's house indulged. Do you have one?
Yeah.
Can you make anything else in it? Is it hot chocolate all the way?
It's pretty much not a milk frother. It heats up the milk and it spins it, and then you buy the flakes of chocolate to put in it.
The little nubs.
The little nubs.
Did I have a packet of those nubs in the house just for snacking on for a little while? Yeah, I did.
That's not a bad idea.
And you can mind your business about it.
Sometimes I think, I could just like pour this on top of cereal, yogurt.
And you must.
And I must.
And you must.
But you can get, you get like the sachets, or you can get them in bags and you just put like spoonfuls of it in. You can also just grate any chocolate bar and pop it in, and it will turn it into a hot chocolate.
Delicious.
And then I'm kind of like, we'll see. I've never experimented in that way before, because they do a lot of good flavours.
Right, okay.
So there's 50% milky, lovely, standard. That's literally what it's called.
50% milky.
50% milky.
50% milky?
Because it's like 50% cocoa, milky, 75% dark, 85% very dark.
So dark.
So
oh my God,
dark.
so dark.
Yeah. And then you've got weirder flavours. The best one, in my opinion, it might be too sweet for some people. They do a Black Forest hot chocolate one,
yes.
which is delicious.
Yes.
There's a peanut butter one. Interesting.
I'm out.
No, you're out.
I'm out. I like peanut butter, just not in a drink.
Just not in a drink.
Yeah.
But in a chocolate bar?
But in what? What?
No.
Yes.
No. Oh, okay,
yes,
yeah.
but not in a chocolate bar.
In a chocolate bar.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
A big chocolate. It's hard not to do. They had their moments. Anyway.
How old were you when you saw that sketch and it got implanted in your brain?
27. No. Like, when did BBC Three start? Because Little Britain was like the first show on it, no?
I want to
say
I remember a time before
I
BBC
must have been
3.
10 or 11.
Oh,
Young.
Okay, yeah.
Young. Enough to be impressionable. You know?
This is you going, it's not my fault.
But it's not. And it's not my fault. I was born 11 pounds. I didn't put the food in my mouth. Like my hog of a mum. God. Where can you think of like where the best hot chocolate you've ever had was from?
I used to work in this hellish job, which was for a finance company in their post room. And people used to send the maddest things in. It was like letters covered in blood being like, you ruined my life.
Stop it.
It was crazy. But they had a machine there that you could put 10p in and it made the best hot chocolate I've ever tasted.
Really?
I have no idea what brand it was. I don't know what was going on in that machine.
Right.
But it was absolutely
Was it made
banging.
with real chocolate or powdered?
Probably powdered for 10p.
Probably powdered.
You'd imagine. Also, how are they going to melt? There's not a little man in there melting chocolate buttons, is there?
I don't know how a lot of technology works.
It's not my business. This was a pretty evil finance company.
Sometimes
so maybe.
when you go to the train stations in Japan and you buy tickets and you need assistance, a little man pops up through a hatch in the wall who's been in the machine the whole time. I'm not making that up.
Have you seen this with your own eyes?
Through a video.
Okay.
Somebody filmed it.
Right. And they pop up. They're not in a dignified way. They're not just...
Well, dignified. They're providing a service. They're fully clothed. They're not
popping up through a hat.
Yeah.
Feels so undignified.
No, they're popping
like
up.
Like a mole?
Like it opens up.
Okay.
And then they look over and they go, this is what you need to do or whatever. They're covered in Nivea cream.
Naturally.
They're lubed.
Naturally. They need to get through the machine.
There's so many of them. They got to slide right to the end. But yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Hey, Japan. You're doing all right.
I just don't believe it exists, but I'm happy for you.
Japan?
No, yeah.
No, it's a real country.
Yeah.
It's a country.
I won't believe it till I see it. Good.
How is this one going down?
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. I would say chocolatey but not sweet. You're there for the chocolatiness, not the sweetness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah, you don't want an overwhelmingly sweet one.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like, you know, when you drink something too sweet and then it feels like your teeth have like their own thing going on.
Like a coating. They're fuzzy.
Yes, exactly. I don't want that.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
I love a fuzzy tooth.
you love a fuzzy tooth. How long do you like them to be fuzzy for? Rest of the day?
No, I'll brush them at some point.
You wake up in the morning, fuzzy tooth, carry on with the day.
Just one as well.
Yeah, brush the rest.
Yeah. And then I brush that one with a hairbrush.
Yeah, well, naturally.
Yeah. I think we're revealing too much about the state of my health. Let's move on to your topic.
Yeah.
And you've chosen a film.
I have.
We've had people choose films before.
Yeah.
Not this one, though. It's a film called The Other Woman.
Yes.
If I remember when I Googled it earlier, it came out in 2004.
Did it? 2004?
I want to say...
2014, I was going to say.
I apparently am not good with numbers.
So ahead of their time.
Because I was actually 11 stone when I was born. 2014, it stars Cameron Diaz.
It does.
And Kate Upton.
Yes.
Not, as I said before the record, Kate Hudson.
And then everyone in the room agreed with you that Kate Hudson was in it, even though I said, I don't think Kate Hudson's in that film.
What can I say, white men? We got it. We got something. Now, why did you want to talk about this film?
This film, I just love it.
Yeah?
I think it was during that era where Cameron Diaz kept insisting that every film was her last film. Do you remember?
I do,
I think she still does a bit of it, but 2014 was her heyday of this is the last time you'll ever see me on screen.
She's not been in a lot recently. I think she did a guest appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been it.
Annie a little while back.
Oh, she was.
She was great in it.
I'm seeing a lot at the moment on TikTok, which is pretty much how I watch this film.
Sure, yeah.
Of her doing press junkets and things where she was talking about food from the Philippines. I'm not going to repeat what she said or how she said it.
Oh, no.
Because she was talking about how she grew up as with a next door neighbor who was from the Philippines.
Right.
And then she says some stuff.
Oh, no.
She chooses to put on a particular accent, which I don't think is hers.
That is regrettable.
Yeah. But on the plus side, she really enjoyed their food. So...
Well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah. She's going to come back in Little Britain.
She is. It's her time to shine.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember this era of Cameron Diaz sort of being like, this is my last film.
Yeah.
Then she did that random film with Justin Timberlake where she was the bad teacher.
She did, which was...
And they have a dry humping scene.
Yeah, pretty bad.
That was weird.
I did not enjoy that at all.
No.
I saw that in the cinema, and that was an experience I did not enjoy.
I think I bought it on DVD.
Without watching it first?
Yeah, no, because I didn't have the DVD, so I had to buy it.
The past was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Wasn't the past crazy? You couldn't just stream stuff.
You had to buy it and then own it, even if it was shit.
I remember when Netflix sent you physical DVDs.
Crazy.
And we get 3 of them, and then they'd just be like, just send them back whenever.
Yeah.
Just send them back whenever you're done.
You'd have to go
You'd
to the
have
post
to
box.
post them back.
Crazy.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad we don't live there anymore.
Oh my God.
Hell.
Yeah, well, most because I was so fat. So it stars Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
It also stars Kate Upton.
Yeah.
Also stars Nicki Minaj.
Yes. You've left out Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann. I was
would
trying to
argue,
remember who their name was.
The main character.
Leslie Mann is the one who's married to Paul Rudd.
Judd Apatow.
Judd
she
Apatow.
plays Paul Rudd's wife in a
And
Judd
believe
Apatow
this is 40.
film. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Leslie Mann. Doesn't Leslie Mann sound like a Little Britain character, though?
Yeah, Leslie Mann sounds like a fictional, offensive character.
Rubbish transvestite, Leslie Mann.
Exactly. Yeah.
She is...
You could write for Little Britain.
I think that's the rudest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Why are all of your sketches about an 11-pound baby? It's weird, Sam.
That's played by a 50-year-old. I was going to say a word that I can't get the podcast into trouble.
He is one, though.
Well, yeah. Oh, big one. Big one. We've seen the tweets to prove it.
It's not
seen
liable if it's true.
Yeah, well, you know. Nah, he writes lovely books for kids. So,
go on.
I would class this film as Is this fair to say? It's sort of like I want to say revenge kind of film.
Yes.
Where you watch it and you want the main characters to get their revenge. I feel like revenge isn't quite the right word, but you know what I mean. It's like you want a satisfying ending where the bad guy, who's played by Nikolai
Castorwalder.
Yeah. You want him to get like his comeuppance.
Yeah. I would argue that he gets it.
Oh, he does.
He does.
He does.
Big time.
But I think that's like an interesting genre of film.
Yeah. It was really of its time as well. There were loads of them. Like that John Tucker.
John Tucker Must Die. Yes.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
In case anyone has not seen the film, the plot is Leslie Mann's husband is cheating on her with lots of different women and they gang up to ruin his life.
They unionise.
They unionise. Good for them. Kate Upton, unionising. Kate Upton, socialist hero.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She did that mobile advert for that game. There you go. Sometimes you see celebrities do adverts for weird little games that you play on your phone. Like there's one called Coin Master.
Go on.
And everyone...
Are you telling me you've done an advert for him?
Oh, God, I wish. Coin Master, please, if you want to sponsor the pod, I will do it. I'll do it. And I'll get my Little Britain writing team. I'll write the whole thing. No, it's like they get people like people from The Only Way is Essex and stuff to do these ads. But then there was like another one that was like a bingo game. Drew Barrymore. There's one for Blackjack. That's Sarah Jessica Parker. And they just film, because they're so easy to do. You just get them to film themselves with like a phone in their hand for like 10 seconds. And then you get Sarah Jessica Parker to say something like, and just like that, I won blackjack. Right? And then that's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
She got paid like $2 million for that.
That's amazing. That's a suspicious budget for a blackjack game, I think. Would you not say?
Yeah, but all of these mobile games, they're all like... money laundering schemes, essentially.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker's the biggest money launderer of them all.
Oh, you said it.
Jot that down.
Yeah. I like how you're confident in your accusations.
I'll say anything.
I would say what I was going to say was worse than money laundering, but I was just like, I better.
Better not.
So sorry, yes. So it's like you're watching to see this guy get his comeuppance. Now like I say, I've watched this through TikTok clips.
Yeah.
Like most people watch their films now.
Have you seen the Nicki Minaj scenes on TikTok?
I believe I have. She's his secretary?
She is Cameron Diaz's assistant.
There we go.
Who doesn't need to work but chooses to because Stan, her love interest, funds her lifestyle, but she chooses to work because she likes Cameron Diaz. She thinks she's cool.
She's there as sort of like a supportive friend. She's a supportive best friend.
A total of 2, maybe 3 scenes.
Well, she was busy.
She's famously busy.
She's
got a lot going on.
Yeah. See how long it takes her to write an album. Didn't she get arrested
in Amsterdam fairly recently?
Oh, I think she did, maybe. Yeah. She was detained.
I'm so sorry.
She was detained, actually.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a barb or whatever. A barb. But no, she did, yes. Yeah. But it was one of those ones where, like, but I would say Kate Upton in a film as well.
Yeah. Was
an interesting choice as well. It was
rogue, and it continues to be rogue. And I would say, and I mean this with nothing but love and light, she's not the best actor.
Is she not?
Can you believe?
Not?
Can you believe?
Well, I'm hearing
but
it for the first time.
But she really adds something to the show, the film.
Okay, she adds something to it. Yeah, an ingenue quality.
Exactly.
She's an ingenue.
Everyone's excited to see her there. They're like, Kate Upton in a film.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bloody hell.
Happy to see you,
What's next? Jeremy Clarkson does a rap album?
I'd listen, wouldn't you?
I would probably.
Yeah.
I'd listen to clips.
Yeah, through TikTok.
I'd listen to clips through TikTok. Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell it.
He's not getting a stream off me.
Oh, good grief, no.
No. So, is this a film that you rewatch?
Constantly.
You're always rewatching it?
This is my comfort film, which I don't think makes sense for my personality. And it confuses a fair amount of people.
Okay.
And I just...
They feel like it's off-brand that this is your comfort film.
I really love Cameron Diaz. I think she's so good in it. She's so good.
Hey, I like a rewatch of Charlie's Angels every now and again.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Lucy Liu.
Yeah. Oh,
Unbelievable.
love Lucy Liu.
Forget about it.
J'aime jouer Lucy Liu. Love a bit of Lucy Liu. Do you know on the scene of that film, Bill Murray
Yeah.
was apparently horrible to everybody. It was a
Real piece of
nightmare
work.
to work with.
Yeah.
And the only person who stood up to him was Lucy Liu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
You prick.
Listen, Bill.
Yeah. You, Bill Murray, more like Bill, go fuck yourself.
Love.
Because
Well
she's
done,
not
Lucy.
great with words.
No, she's not, but she's brave.
She's brave.
She's gorgeous. She's
got
stunning. She's
courage.
brave.
Yeah. She got paid the least in that film. Out of the three.
Oh, that sucks.
She deserves so much more.
She does.
I say the least. I'm pretty sure it was millions of
Well,
dollars.
sure, yeah.
But it was still
But
less
she
than what
deserved
the other
billions
guy-
for it.
Yeah. Imagine that film without it. Billions. She deserves the entire GDP of like a small country in
Yeah,
Europe, but
yeah.
like their entire GDP.
Yeah,
Nonetheless. Do you watch this film because of your love of Cameron Diaz?
I think I first watched this film because of my love of Cameron Diaz.
And
then
now you're in for others.
There's like a whole Edith Piaf sort of montage. Nicki Minaj is in it. At one point, some guy walks into glass. It's got it all. It's an action film. It's a revenge film. It's about female friendship.
Is it-
They say some problematic stuff in it. I will
Well,
concede.
it was
they say some-
2014.
Do you know what I mean? Peplum tops and problematic behaviour.
A fashion very of its
Oh
time.
my god! I wish we could go back.
It's amazing how quickly fashion gets like so dated so quickly now.
Terribly.
What will we watch? Sometimes we stick on that compilation of girl bands giving lots of energy on GMTV
Go
in
on.
the morning, and it's always just like peplum top, jeans, and a nice pair of shoes.
Love. Have
Yeah.
you seen Britney doing Toxic on Blue Peter? I love.
Yes.
I love.
Yeah.
To 12 children.
To 12 children who do not understand what the songs really about.
Give it your all, Britney.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
Ain't she just?
And she is. How often would you say you rewatch The Other Woman?
At least once a year since 2014.
Oh, okay. Do you make it like an annual event?
No, it's just sometimes.
It's more
the
like as and
fancy
when.
takes me, yeah. Yeah.
I think the concept of a comfort film is a really good thing to have.
Yeah.
A comfort watch.
Sure.
It feels different to like a binge watch.
Yeah.
Because a binge watch, you feel like, oh, I could watch this for as long as I want, and there's always more stuff coming.
Yeah.
Whereas a comfort watch, it's like, it's more time boxed.
Yeah.
Couple hours, you see Cameron Diaz
You're
and Leslie
satisfied at
Mann
the end.
and Kate Upton, and they get their revenge on Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
And then that's that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Also, Leslie Mann has a giant dog in it, and the giant dog doesn't serve any purpose other than to be stood next to Leslie Mann, who is small.
She's just got a big dog.
She's just got a huge dog, and every
Right.
time I watch it, I think that must have been so expensive. That must have been so expensive for no good reason.
To hire the dog.
Yeah, and to like have the dog. It's a huge. If this dog was in here right now, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, look at the size of that dog.
Because the dog was played by Andy Serkis. People don't know this.
Yeah.
It was actually mocap suit.
Incredibly expensive to do.
Yeah, but
you
I have to say,
live
you-
as a dog.
you
for 6
believe he's a
months.
dog.
Yeah, you really do.
You really do.
You really do.
Do you ever say a favourite bit of the film? Like, if you were... Because I've not seen the film in its entirety.
Right.
But I understand what happens from beginning to end, I think.
Sure.
Is there like a scene in the film where if you were making me watch the film, you'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you've got to watch this film. And you're doing that thing where you watch the person when your favourite bit is coming up and you're
Yeah.
being like, oh, I want to see how they react to it. Do you have that bit of the film?
My favourite bit of the film is I would say 3-second clip where Nicki Minaj locks a man in a room and he tries to get out and she waves the key at him and puts it away. And I'm like, that is the best acting I've ever seen.
Really?
That is the most incredible piece of work any human's ever done.
And she wasn't nominated for an Oscar, was she?
She wasn't, and it was a crime.
That's
It was
unbelievable.
an absolute crime.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other film that you have that's like a comfort watching of the same magnitude, or do you just
Ooh.
find you keep coming back to this one?
That's a great cue. A great cue. I'm trying to
Thank
think.
you. I'd love an A.
We can't have one. We'll have to wait. I'm trying to think. I like to rewatch Gilmore Girls up until the point where Rory becomes a Tory.
Rory the Tory.
Rory the
When would
Tory.
you say she becomes a Tory?
When she drops out of Yale.
Oh, that's a dark period, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. She goes she
Yes.
turns into a real piece of work. She gets a
Yeah.
Birkin bag. You know what I mean?
She gets with that. What was the blonde one called?
Logan or is that his dad?
Yeah, no, I think it's Logan. And then they like, don't they steal a yacht or something?
Yes, exact Tory behaviour.
Yeah, and then there's
Giving
and then,
David Cameron fucking a pig. Do you know what I mean?
oh my god! And then you get like the two of them in the car, and then she's going like, "Oh, soap! I need soap. What kind of soap do they have?" I had a fingerprint on my at the police station. I had all of the ink on my finger, and I was just like, "You committed a crime. You've thrown your life away."
Yeah, there are people out there with real problems, Rory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Your
the
mum
nice
used to
man.
live in a shed.
She used to live in a shed.
Context. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't want any. I didn't ask why Nicki Minaj locked a man in the cupboard. I don't know why
You
she's got
truly
Nicki.
You didn't
No.
watch the film either, which I'm very impressed by. You were like, oh, I'll wing it.
I'll wing it. No, I've seen bits
On TikTok.
on TikTok.
How have you seen bits on TikTok? Does that frequently come up on your For You page?
It actually comes up more often than you
Oh.
might think, because this is just how people consume. I know it was only made 10 years ago, or as I thought 20 years ago, but now because there's like a new generation of people who get TikTok.
Yeah.
There's all of these shows and films that only came out 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but because they've been put on TikTok, they're new and interesting and
Yeah.
exciting. Miranda is coming up on
Oh,
TikTok at the
really?
moment. I think maybe because she's coming out with a book.
Yes, I was going to say she doing interviews is coming up on my
Yes.
For You page a lot, but not
but
clips of
like
the
clips
show.
from her show are coming up, and people always comment stuff like, "What is the name of film?"
Yes.
Regardless if it's a TV show or a film.
Is this true story? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Nicki Minaj was there.
Yeah. £11? Really? Not humanly possible. But you watch it in just like these segmented clips, and I don't know why, I just can't look away.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they choose the right moment of the film that is captivating enough for you to go like, oh, okay, I want to know what happens after this. They always cut it at a bit where you're like, no, what was she about to say? And then I'm so sorry. I was getting passionate.
You were so excited.
I was so passionate. And then you go back and you try to find out like what happened in the rest of the film.
Yeah.
And then I'm on Wikipedia reading the plot
Yes.
because I'm
Been
already
there.
like in bed and the lights are off and I'm trying to not wake up my husband. Being like, I'm sorry, I know it's 2:00 in the morning, but I have to watch The Other Woman.
I need to go out and buy it.
Yes, on DVD. I wouldn't even have a slot to put it in.
No.
I wouldn't know where to
Where
put
does one procure a DVD in this day and age?
the CEX.
That's regrettable.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there.
CEX is only DVDs of The Other Woman.
Yeah, it famously
And a
is.
single box set of Lord of the Rings.
And their adverts are so long. Come on down to CEX. We've got a great deal on The Other Woman.
We've got Cameron Diaz,
Yeah.
Kate Upton, the other one.
If you've come here looking for Kate Hudson, she's not here.
Keep looking.
We do have all Little Britain seasons
As written
one
by
to
Simon.
3, plus the America one as well.
There was an American one.
Yeah, they went to America.
Or
Nor.
Nor.
Cleo, the condensation.
Oh, no, Ima.
Have you ever thought about writing for Little Britain? I can get you in.
Thanks so much.
But so the captivating moment of the film that I've seen the most is the moment where the 3 women, they've unionized, they're in the boardroom,
Yeah.
they've taken over the company.
Right, yes, yeah.
And he's there and he's like, what? How have you done this? How have you done this? And it's just that thing that they go step by step through what they've done and how they've won it over. It's very First Wives Club coded.
Yes. Oh, that is a comfort film.
That's a comfort film. I love the
Yeah.
First Wives Club.
The
Yeah, very reminiscent of that scene.
musical number at the end where they're all singing You Don't Own Me.
Yes, yeah.
Banging. Yes. That is a great bit of the film. Mm-hmm. That's the very satisfying bit.
Yeah,
The bit
that's the
just
payoff.
before that is Nicki Minaj with the key locking him in the room.
Great.
Great.
Is it Jamie Lannister she locks in the thing?
Yes.
And so that's how, right.
And
Okay.
when he leaves, he walks through a pane of glass.
He hasn't died, has he?
He doesn't die.
He just has
He's
an accident.
quite heavily injured.
Oh.
The film ends with him unconscious.
So do you enjoy films where there's like violence against a bad man?
I didn't think so until we started having this conversation. But now I'm like, Maybe.
And with a rewatch, like it sort of doesn't matter that you know what's coming. That's why it's comforting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get his comeuppance.
He's going to get his comeuppance. And you
Cameron
just look
Diaz
forward
is
to
going
it.
to get with Leslie Mann's brother. Kate Upton weirdly gets with Cameron Diaz's dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz should maybe.
Cameron Diaz is fine with it, as it turns out.
Well, okay. Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah.
And the many accents she chooses to use.
Oh, Cameron, why? When did she do this? Was this
A while ago.
Oh, right. So she had done this and then I suggested doing this for the podcast. So you were like, this person.
No, I sent you a clip
is
of
out of
Cameron
control.
Diaz doing this accent, and then you said,
it
"Oh, I love Cameron Diaz even more now. I will happily do your podcast as long as you weren't two chubs when you were a baby."
I was actually like, I've never seen Cameron Diaz in anything, but this has made me love her. Let me go through her back catalogue
Yeah,
and choose something from there. It was
fair
this or
enough.
The Mask. Was she in The Mask?
she was in The Mask. I think that was like sort of her breakout role.
Was it?
I
thought
think.
it was, there's something about, no.
I think there's something about Mary came after
Oh.
The Mask. I think.
Do you remember that scene in There's Something About Mary with the
Yes.
absolutely disgusting?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Also, that's not what happens to your hair.
No,
Thank you.
no.
That doesn't happen.
I'm getting really into it, being like,
Yeah.
am I right?
That's not what happened. We've been lied to.
We have.
Listeners,
We've been hoodwinked.
we've been lied to.
No.
It doesn't happen.
No.
Even if you like style your hair upwards,
You
that's
need
just not what happens.
Very strong blow dryer.
See, we're used to men not knowing anything about women's bodies,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a good example of men not knowing what comes out of their own bodies.
It's a two-way street, do you know what I
It's
mean?
a two-way street. We're just a bit thick. Is there? You mentioned briefly at one point that there are some parts of the film that don't hold up.
Yeah.
Is there one that if you're like,
I shouldn't like to say
if you
that's
can
how
do
it
a
badly it
director's
doesn't.
cut?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would cut all of the of its time but not okay transphobia.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that I've rewatched recently, you forget.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, how did I not see that at the time?
You forget that some people didn't realize that was a slur at the time.
Yeah. Oh, they don't use the slur.
Oh,
that
good
you're
for them.
thinking of.
Good for them.
I mean,
Good for them.
they don't do much better, but
Hello, Matt. Yeah, we can't have Cameron Diaz in the new Little Broom project. No, she won't say it.
or
She
the
won't.
dog, or the dog.
No, the dog's fully on board. Very prejudiced. So sort of like sum up your experience with the film. It's your comfort watch. When you put it on,
Go on.
talk me through like what's the atmos? Where are you watching it? How does it make you feel? Are you having a hot chocolate? Are you having a wine? Are you having a snack?
Do you want the genuine answer to this?
Yes.
I almost always watch it alone.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I will usually be in a hotel room.
Yeah, 'cause
It'll
we're
be
on the road.
after a gig.
Yeah.
I'll just need a little something because I don't want to go to bed straight after a gig.
I can't. Adrenaline.
Sometimes I
Can't
want to
fall asleep.
watch an hour and a half of Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Wearing boat necks and having the time of her life.
Yeah.
And then I will drift off to sleep, usually
Peacefully.
before the end, actually.
Yeah.
Which is not the correct way to enjoy that film.
No, but if the whole film's become a comfort.
Yeah. I know what's
Then-
happening.
Yeah.
I know what they're ambling towards.
Yeah. I do quite like falling asleep to something.
Yeah.
But because I share a bed with my husband, he's just like
Really.
head on the pillow,
Hate
off he
that.
goes.
My wife likes listening to people fix shoes as she goes to sleep. So I've gotten used to falling asleep to that sound.
Now, see, I kind of support that.
Yeah.
Because if I had a choice of what I fall asleep listening to, it'd be the sound of people getting chiropractic adjustments.
Oh.
No, because this one guy, he sort of talks in like a very
They
it's
talk
the
into a
ASMR.
microphone before
No,
they
no, no,
do.
no. But he doesn't do that. I
Okay.
can't stand
Alright,
those
okay.
people who talk like this.
I'm going to click this person's back now.
I'm going to now eat an entire pickle and really let you hear the crunch and the chew. You know, I can't do that. I can't do that. But he has like the microphones play. There's something soothing. Also because I know chiropractors aren't real doctors. No offense, but there's something about like the calmness of a sort of like clinical
Yeah, I see
setting.
that.
and then like the person getting adjustments, and then they like breathe a sigh of relief. It's all very relaxing.
That's fair enough.
So I
don't
enjoy
know that I could sleep to it. The looming
Well, we're not
threat
sharing a
of
bed.
someone. Well, thank God for that. You were 11 pounds as a baby.
Yeah, and I think the thing to take away there is you shouldn't be sharing a bed with a baby.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
That's true.
No.
Famously.
Thanks so much for talking about The Other Woman.
Thank you. Thanks
the
for
film.
having me.
We've got one last thing to do with you.
Okay.
This is
Get
called.
into
This is called Guess the Weight of the Baby. No, could you remember? That's not a horrendous idea.
I love that idea.
Like, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you just?
If you
yeah.
looked at people and were like, £6,
Oh, our Cheryl.
£15,
Cheryl will be a tiny baby, and I know
you just
it.
know it.
Oh, I was so late when I was a baby.
She carries the confidence of someone who was.
My mum just thought I was a puff of air. I've got 5 random things.
Okay.
And all you need to do is tell me how they make you feel.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be one-word answers, just whatever comes into your head.
Okay.
Okay? First of all, and we ask this to everybody,
Right.
how do you feel about dark chocolate?
Ooh, bad.
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 Bad, not a fan.
I'll eat it, but I won't be happy about it.
If you were doing Hotel Chocolat, you do 50% milky.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a 50% milky gal.
Good for you. Good for you, actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel about lemons?
Love.
Ever since the Jennifer Coolidge sketch on SNL, I can't stop saying lemons the way they say it on there.
I love that.
Lemons. Lemons. So good, but you actually like the fruit as well.
Love lemons.
You love lemons.
Love lemons.
Love lemons. How do you feel about limes? There isn't a way that they say that. It's just limes.
Positively, but not as positive about limes as I am lemons.
You're more in the lemon camp.
You get more bang for your buck with a lemon.
Do you know what? So more versatile. It's in more things. You don't get a lime drizzle cake.
No. I imagine that would taste delicious. 7-Up cake.
Could do.
Yum.
A 7-Up cake.
Like 7-Up is lime, no?
But you wouldn't make
7-Up
the
is
cake
lime,
with
no?
7-Up.
Americans would. I'm sure that.
Oh,
that's a thing that
Americans would.
exists.
Oh, we're in beautiful Britain. We're in the beautiful country I call Little Britain.
We're in the perfect isle that is Britain.
How do you feel about a promenade around the ton?
Love a promenade around the town. I love a promenade around the town.
And finally,
Yeah.
I am excited to ask you this because I was saying to someone earlier this week, and I don't think they quite understood.
Go on.
But this is because you are in a loving couple. You're in a loving relationship.
I
As
don't
far
know
as I'm
who you're
aware.
referring to before, but sounds like you're being horrible to them. Let's get
No.
into it.
How do you feel about couples bits? Let me explain.
Okay.
All of your cute little in jokes or your little routines that you do
Yeah.
that only are funny to you and your partner.
Yeah.
How do you have those with your partner?
Oh, so many of them.
Yeah. Aren't they a treat?
They're such a delight.
They're the best thing about marriage.
I do not like it when people bring them into the real world.
They're not for there.
Nor.
No.
Nor. But I love them.
Love them.
Thank God for them. Do you know what I mean?
I only put that one down because last night Dave and I were watching something. I'm not going to say illegally, but we had to cast it to the TV through a website that maybe puts a lot of adverts on, and it was showing us the same
Put
advert
Locker, is
every
it?
time. No, but remember Put
Yeah,
Locker?
I remember Put Locker.
Mega Video?
Oh, Gorilla Vid.
Oh,
The golden era of television.
it's too easy to watch your favourite shows now.
Yeah.
There needs a little bit of jeopardy.
danger, yeah.
Bit of danger. Well, because that man went to prison, the guy who owned Mega Video.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
For how long?
I don't know.
I hope it was a week.
Wasn't a prison big enough to hold him.
It's a £11 baby.
It was a love about baby. There was like an advert that came on, and it kind of had like a backing track to it that really slapped. So when I walked into the room and that ad came on, I did a little dance routine to it. And then when I sat down, the same ad came back on again. And so I got up and I did a dance routine to it. And so now every time that advert comes on, I have to do a little dance for my
I
husband.
love that. I think that's the
just
cutest
love it.
thing I've ever heard.
I just love a little bit.
I love that. I
love
like
doing
to
bits.
do songs for musicals and involve one of our cats. in them.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring a scene partner in.
Why not? She hates it.
Yeah.
She gets very dizzy.
One of my other favourites is making my husband do an Australian accent because he can't do it.
I know.
I know.
I know.
He can't do it. There's only one word that he can say.
Go on.
But he says it really funny. If he tries to say the word penis in an Australian accent, he's copying a very specific person in a specific film saying that word. I think it's Kate McKinnon in the film Rough Night. And she's randomly Australian and she's doing the most wild Australian accent. And then halfway through the film, she goes, penis! So every time David does an Australian accent, that's what he says.
He's working off source material that has nothing to do with Australia, though, in fairness. She's not Australian, is she?
She's not Australian. Mermaids aren't technically Australian.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, the condensation.
Oh, no, Cleo.
Cleo.
I tried to show Nish Kumar that clip the other day,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I couldn't find it. I don't know if it exists.
It's one of those ones where it's now done so much on TikTok. You can only find people doing the TikTok and not the original.
And I looked mad.
It's called H2O, just add
I know.
water.
We know.
We know.
Of course we know that.
We know.
Of course we know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I looked insane.
I hate when you don't have the meme to show someone.
Yeah.
Oh, like at the start when I was like, look at all these chickens. And apparently she doesn't have a lisp. Sorry. Nobody's going to be telling me that she's like really skinny or something. Oh.
I don't know what you're referencing.
I'm gonna in the break. Will you stick around for after hours?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Why not? What time is it? Let's get into it.
And I'll show the meme then. Is there anything you'd like to plug for all of our listeners whilst you're here? Anything you got coming up? Any projects?
I'm currently doing work in progresses for next year's Edinburgh show.
Great, lovely.
And I don't know when they'll be. I don't have that information to hand.
Where can people
Keep an eye
follow
out.
you?
I am Priya Hall Comedy on Instagram and TikTok.
Great. We'll link those
That's all
below.
the information you're getting from me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I didn't prepare beforehand.
You're a private person.
I watched The Other Woman. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's all. We actually ask every guest to do that, whether that's their topic or not.
Get them into the right mindset.
Yeah, exactly. You can follow us on I've Had a Rosé for all of your little clips and little bits of content. Because you don't like listening to the episodes, do you? You just want to listen to a 90-second little chunk. You dirty little bitch, don't you? Yeah, you just like a 90-second little chunk. You can follow us for that on Instagram and TikTok. And we'll see you again for another episode very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.